Welcome to Donut Donny's Retro channel. Today we are looking at another retro classic. Hello everyone, Donut Donny here. Welcome to another episode of the Retro Gaming series where we look at football management games from the early 80s to the early 90s and beyond. And today's episode 85. And this is probably a little bit of a sad moment. We're probably looking at the final Cult Games football release anyway. We might go back and see Cult Games of other games, hopefully in the future. But this probably is the final Cult Games, especially if it's football management game, that we're going to look at in the whole series. If you've been watching the whole series, thank you very much. You know that we've done quite a few Cult Games over the episodes because they did release a lot of these games, and a lot of these were budget games. Some were good, some weren't so good. And today we're looking at Soccer 7. Now, why is it called Soccer 7? The simple answer is it's 7 players in a team league. So you can see already it's going to be a strange little football game. So this was released in 1989 by Cult Games. Sean McClure, well, I think he did a couple of other games as well. On a ZX Spectrum, obviously. Keyboard cursor interface 2, which is unusual. You can use your joystick for this actually. It's also available on the Amstrad and Commodore 64, $2.99. Average magazine score 61%, so it wasn't an amazing game. We'll quickly go through the review. This was from Sinclair User Magazine in 1989, so I'll just improve the text there. Soccer 7 is a 7-a-side manager simulator that takes you through the trials and tribulations of managing a squad of 10 players. 10 players, only a squad of 10 players, wow. You begin by choosing a team from 8 and play is set up between 2 groups of 4 teams, okay? So it's definitely a lot smaller than other games you might have seen in the series. You must manage your side and keep abreast of how the opposition fare. Players are broken down into goalies, defence, midfields and attack. There are 9 in each team, which includes 2 reserves, with a 10th player in each squad joining in by watching from the sidelines and shouting players to whatever they like. Real control of the team only begins once you're due to play a match. At this point, all the nerve and verve of football boss goes into play. Changing the team around, allocating part of the 40 hours towards either fitness or skill training, trading players, checking the leagues, and even having a sneaky look at the manager ratings, all done via the pre-match menu, which is probably this menu here. So the whistle blows and the match begins. This is a text-only affair, okay, with each team strip shown at the top of the screen. You decide on player formation, the level of aggressiveness, the team plays vary between 1 and 9, and what type of game you play. For example, if you're playing an attacking game, you can play it by using wingers, long balls, or slowly approach. As minutes slowly tick away, you're updated each time someone puts a ball in the back of the net. This tells you who scored and how they did it, and all the times you have the option of sending on a substitute. So a pretty standard management game, really. The game continues until the end of the season, where the top 2 clubs from each of the 2 groups go into a semi-final and get past that, and then there's just the final between you and a complete starter as manager of the season. So it's not based on any British leagues whatsoever. It's just like a little, I don't know, little Sunday league maybe. I have to admit to being a big fan of football sims, and this game certainly rates better than some I've seen. Soccer 7 really puts a boot in for games like World Cup Carnival and Handball Maradona. Oh yes, those 2 games have been reviewed, and yes, Handball Maradona actually, to be fair, was quite a unique game. World Cup Carnival, oh god, yes, that was a bit of a shambles, wasn't it? If you don't know what I'm on about, then World Cup Carnival has been done in an early episode, so quite a few episodes ago. So go back and watch that one, and you can see what I mean. At $2.99 with the option of 8 managers playing together, I think it offers good value. If you've got 7 mates around a house, what else could you do on a dull wet Sunday is play this game? So actually, 8 players can play this. So we got 74%. Well, there was also another review which we won't show, which is from Crash Magazine, which is a very small review, and they only rated it 48%. So you can see why it got quite mixed reviews, really. But anyway, let's go straight to game and have a look at it. Let's have a look at Soccer 7. So obviously I've loaded it up already. There we go. Do you want to load a save game? Yes or no? No. Well, as always, we'll try to keep the same speed as possible. A little bit of sound there. New season, season 1, previous winners, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, West Ham, Man United. So this is like, how can we make this like this in the real world? There used to be sort of like legends, five-a-side football that used to be on TV a lot, where former players playing five-a-side. I think they still do it now. This is kind of reminds me of that, I suppose. You've got enter key, you can print screen. How many players? So we only got me in it. So I've got a select team manager. You only get 8 sides. Looks like you can't alter the side names, um, team names, which makes it a little bit, not so user friendly. But I'll choose Liverpool. Oh, you can change your name. Yeah, change team. This is the manager's name. So don't know. Okay, here's the players' names. These are real Liverpool players as well, actually. The team of 10. Bruce Grobbelaar, the goalie, Zimbabwean international he was. Whelan, Irish international. Nicol, Scottish international. McMahon, Barnes, Beardsley, all English internationals. Rush was the Welsh. Gillespie, Scottish. Spackman, I think he had 1 or 2 caps for England. And John Aldridge, Irish international, but I know John Aldridge more because he still is a legend at my club I support, Oxford, because Liverpool bought him from Oxford, and he did score very well, a lot of goals. He was kind of like a clone to Rush, though, Aldridge. They both looked very similar as well. Yeah, I'm sure you can find more details on Wikipedia than me talking about this. So enter. So that's a squad of 10 players. Group matches, no group matches at the moment because we haven't started. Liverpool play Arsenal in the first game. So there we go, Liverpool, morale 75. So change team, training, play match, trade players, goal scorers, injuries, fixture list, manager ratings, check leagues, and then you've got edit teams. That's good. So we can actually put your own team names in. So that's good. So let's change team because we need to look at the team. So I'm pressing 1 now and they're beeped, but there's nothing that's going on here. There we go. I had to press it again. So it's selected the 7 players already, and looks like no player has actually got a rating. So this is just complete random at the moment. So, but it's got good color coordination now, which is good. So defenders are in pink. Light blue greenish is the midfielders. I am slightly colorblind, so I might get these colors wrong. And the attackers are in yellow. Let's change team. So Aldridge is the one that's watching. So Beardsley and Russia attack. Gillespie and Spackman are subs, and then we just got the team of 7 of Grobbelaar, Whelan, Nicol, McMahon, Barnes, Beardsley, Rush. Change team. There's no real point changing the team. I think I'm quite happy with that. It is. Let's do training. Work on fitness, general skill. Let's work on general skill. How many hours? This is quite good. 20. And doesn't actually tell you what happens there. Again, the keyboard is not that responsive. Okay, so it looks like you can only do it 1 time. Trade players, let's play match. Let's go to 3. So this is Arsenal, isn't it? So here's Liverpool side. Penalty taker, you have to select penalty. Let's take Ian Rush, obviously, the striker. Aggression, from 1 to 9, delicate to hard. Let's go 6, actually. 6 is quite. Team captain. Who was the team captain? I think Whelan was probably the team captain. Here's Arsenal's, and these are real Arsenal players as well. So here we go, and there's the strips. Liverpool in blue, Arsenal in yellow. Kind of like the Arsenal strip, I suppose. That's definitely the Liverpool strip in red there. So that's definitely similar. Liverpool's formation is 2-2-2. So what's the formation? Well, it's 2-2-2, isn't it? Method. Attack, moderate, or defend. Attack. Wingers, long ball, or slowly. Let's do wingers, number 1. This is all good little mini tactics. And let's hope the game kicks in. Yes, it does. So again, there's no sort of like beat, beat, beat for the timer, which would have been nice. You can collect substitute anytime you want. Remember, this is 7 aside. So I suppose you can change around formations and stuff. Oh, right foot volley for 20 yards. It actually tells you who scores and how the goal went in, and a nice little sound there for the goal scored. So we have to change. We have to type in the formation again if we wanted to, which is a little bit annoying. But this makes sense that you can attack, moderate, or defend. So that makes sense. But and wingers again. I suppose it's half-time tactics. So we'll kick into straight away right foot volley. Exactly same how Barnes scored, Nichols scored. So we're 2-0 up. 3-0 up. Goalkeeper fumble. So we're actually winning this. Makes a change. It's another goal, but this time Thomas. 2 goals there. Rush and then Thomas. Easy tap in for Rush. Very basic description of the goal, but at least it's something, and at least it tells you the goal scorers, which is good. So a 4-1 victory there. So it gives you a match performance. I'm guessing this is out of 20 maybe. So Barnes had a good game. Grobbelaar had a good game. It looks like, funny enough, it looks like the ratings of Arsenal are better than us, and oh no, they've got 2 16s. So NB minor injured players. NB minor injured players can play it in your next game as normal. Oh, okay. Only minor injured. I don't know what NB means. The font is slightly hard to read, I have to say. So minor injured players can. This is doing all Arsenal. NB booked players can play in your next game as normal. I don't know why it's showing me all the. Oh, these are what happened in the game. So Arsenal got booked twice, and they've also had injuries. So, and here's the league table. Only 4 sides in it, obviously. So you would think that this league will be quite over quite quickly because everyone plays each other, I suppose, and then the top 2 go into the semi-finals and then final. Next match, Man United against Spurs. So, do we have to watch that? Or is it going to go through all this again? So that's real Man United players. That's real Spurs players. So are we watching every game? Yes. I don't know why we have to watch every game, to be honest. If there was more than one person playing this game, if there was 4, 5, 6 of you, then yes, makes perfect sense because you'll be involved in the next game. But it's only me playing this, so I've only got my side to look out for. So it's a bit pointless, to be honest, watching all these games, which means it could be a while until we'll see my side again. So I'm going to up the speed here because I don't really want to watch this. There we go. Spurs beating Man United 4-2. So we'll go back to normal speed. That's one of the advantages of using this emulator. And so here's the team reigns again. This means nothing really to me. Gaza had a good game there. Gascoigne, who will feature in future episodes, by the way. His Gascoigne first and second games will feature in an episode. We're putting them both together. So keep a lookout for that. Here's the league again. So, oh God. We're watching all the teams, and we actually watched a game in a different group, even though we weren't even in that group. So West Ham, Norwich. So yeah, if you were the only one playing this, and you didn't have your friends, this could get quite boring. So we will turn up the speed there. We might have to do this for quite a few of the games actually. So let's West Ham and beat Norwich. There you go, 2-1. There's the ratings. Again, we're speeding this up. Everton 9 Forest. Again, I don't really want to watch this game, so let the computer whiz through it. Obviously, if you are on your ZX Spectrum playing this, you have to watch all this. So I wouldn't play this game if it was just one player, to be honest. As a multiplayer, this would be pretty nice little game. There you go, Liverpool West Ham. So we're back to us again. So turn speed back to normal. So the other options now, 5 goal scorers. So yeah, you have to press the key really hard sometimes to get this working sometimes. Top 10 goal scorers. So Barnes got 2, Kelly's 2 for West Ham. So this is for both groups, by the way, not just our group, because I think Spurs and Norwich are in a different group. Let's look at trade players. And I go average performance. So select player to trade with. Let's get rid of the captain. Controversial here. Select team you trade with. Let's trade with Man United. Let's bring in Anderson. Wheeling of Liverpool for Anderson of Man United. Possible deal. Sorry, it has not been accepted. So that's how you do the transfer list. It's just simple trading players. Let's look at the manager ratings. When again I have to press, you hear that little beep, that was me pressing 0. I now have to press 0 again, and it's still not doing it. There we go. I have to really press it hard. So it's like, who's the best player, best manager at the moment? That's me. Let's play another game then. So let's go to 1 and change team. Let's change let's take out one of the attackers. Let's change team, yes. Let's take out Beardsley and put in Aldridge. Give Aldridge his debut. Oh, no, that did not work. Oh, yes, it did work. It's just that here's the P numbers, so they don't actually swap over. They just stay as they are, and you just have to keep an eye on these, which is slightly confusing. Change team. Nope. So there's good use of color in this game. The font is a little bit hard to read. There's a little bit of sound, not much sound, but at least we got a little bit of sound in this game, which is better than some other games. You can edit teams, which is great. I would not play this if it's just me. I would play this with friends, because then if it's just me, as we've been seeing, I have to go through all the other games before I can play again. The trade players is quite good. It's quite random. If you think you want a player to leave, then you have to choose someone else to take his place. So that's pretty decent, I think. So we'll play one more game. And I think that'll be the end of the episode. So we have to select our penalty taker again, which is a bit pointless. Let's go 7. This time, Captain Whelan 2. Here's West Ham. Yeah, for a budget game, it's not bad. It'd be a good game actually for you and your friends, I think. But I wouldn't play this game if it was just me, because I'm not very patient as it is, and having to watch all the other games, even though obviously on this I can speed it up. Yeah, it can get a bit annoying, but this is a nice little game. Oh, West Ham has scored. This is a nice little game for $2.99 back in 1989, so it was a budget game, and you can clearly see it's a budget, but I think, yeah, I thought it'd be a lot worse than this, to be honest. Slightly annoying that you have to keep doing this all the time. The trading market's quite funny to watch. You can... Oh, there's a goal. West Ham are 2-0 up. Yeah, it's nice seeing the little strips up there. It's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse than this. Oh, here you go, Rush scoring a goal. Yeah, as the reviewer says, you would have, if you had 6 or 7 friends playing this game, I think you'd find it quite enjoyable. Oh, West Ham going to win this. So this is normal speed, remember. So this rating system's a little bit pointless. Aldridge didn't have a good game. McMahon had an even worse game. Yeah, for a budget game, this is okay. This is not too bad. But again, when Cult release a lot of games, a lot of them are hitting. Some of them are good, and some of them are not so good. This is pretty okay, actually. Again, I would not play this if it was just myself because you have to go through all the other games to get to your game again. So, for instance, we now have to watch Man United against Everton, which is a little bit pointless for us. But yeah, that's it. So let me know what you think of this game. Have you ever heard it? Have you ever played it? And yeah, comment on this video, please. If you haven't already, then please subscribe. It'd be great for you to sub or even like this video if you like it. It means so much. We're going to play again as we go on later in this series. We're playing some games that are loosely linked to soccer. We're also going to have a brief look at some games in episodes. So, for instance, we're going to have something called the Brief Look Pack, and there's going to be 4 mini episodes of that, which will basically show you some games that were either unplayable or can't play for a reason, or I was simply hopeless at them. Because there's no point me showing you a game that I'm hopeless at and then the video is only about 7 minutes long. I'd rather you guys get a good video. So some games I will bunch together, like for instance the 2 Gaza games will have its own episode. The Gary Lineker games will have their episodes as well, and that's all coming up. And of course, later on in next couple of weeks' time, we will move the football series into other formats, and then we come back to the Spectrum later this year. But anyway, let me know about this video. Thanks for watching, and chat to you all soon. Bye bye for now. To keep in track of all the releases that I do on my YouTube channel, the obvious way to keep track is to subscribe. And it's Donut Donny. If you're here already watching this video, then you probably have already subscribed, so thank you very much. If not, then please click that subscribe button. This will give you regular updates on when videos have been released. Most of them are released on Saturdays around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And but sometimes we do have some releases during the midweek, so it's worth subscribing if you haven't. If you have already subscribed, then thank you very much. What are your thoughts about this game? Please let me know in the comments. Many thanks for watching this video. Greatly appreciated. If you like this channel, please send me a like or subscribe.